Hi guys! So this is going to be a really peculiar video for me because it's kind of one I'm doing on a whim, out of sort of boredom, and I just kind of thought to do it. Um, it's a tattoo idea video, so if you don't want to listen to me ramble about tattoos, just ignore it, go away. But I have a sketchbook that super decorated. If you want to find stickers like these, they were at Tilly's. I'm not even sure if that's a normal place. For the first time I saw one was in Green Bay, Wisconsin. So, but anyways, I do have some tattoos. I will link my tattoo video below, which is my most viewed video, and also, of course, a video I hate watching. Um, I was very out of it. I had just gotten some piercings and I was like completely just out of it and really like in shock, I guess. So I hate that video with a passion, but so I have some tattoos and these are like ideas because I want to be covered basically. So I'm just gonna kind of go in order. Some of them are a little spread out, but I'm not a perfect artist. I'm gonna say that. I hope my tattoo artist, when I get one, will be 10 times better than myself because, yeah, if these were tattooed on me just as they look, I would be very disappointed. So, anyways, you've been warned. So, on my right arm here, on the bicep, funny saying, I would love mermaids because I have a huge thing for mermaids. So I want them kind of surrounding a clam with a pearl, if you can kind of see that. Um, and I want them to all look a little different, so they've all got different colored tails and hair, and they're surrounded by coral because I want it to be very like colorful. And then the saying I love sayings. I'm gonna have on almost every other one a saying. So on this one, I want "My heart is pierced by Cupid. I disdain all glitter and gold," which is from Pirates of the Caribbean with the mermaid scene where they're singing. I just love the song, and I thought it was really cool. And then on my forearm here, mostly, towards the front, this one, obviously, I'm not that great with perception, if that makes sense. It's an octopus, and I want it to have some kind of molten coloring, but I could only do so much shading and stuff. It's got the same, like, seaweed and stuff, and I want some tropical fish to, like, add some more color. I like sea turtles. But, it's basically going to be wrapped around and protecting and kind of, oozing out of this treasure chest full of treasure with, like, a ship anchor, like a shipwreck had happened, the wheel. Just a really kind of traditional, I guess, scene. So I want this arm to be very nautical themed and colorful. And the other thing I want, which this is going to be hard because my pen bled through, so you can see it looks like a huge mess. This here is what I want. I've seen it on Pinterest. I'm sure if you're on Pinterest, you'll see it. If you look at tattoos, keep forgetting, gotta be separate. I want it to come down my arm a little bit, or my hand, and it'll go from here to here, about here to here. But so, and it's got a little bit of color, but it's gonna be something kind of more subtle on my hand. And I can cover it with makeup if I have to, but I prefer not to, so it'll depend on the job I get. There's a couple little random ones I want. You can't see super well because of the bleeding, but you can see that's a bow. I'm getting that because my friend Missy and me have talked about getting bow tattoos. I'm not sure when she'll get hers, but I figure if I don't get it, I'm gonna keep putting it off, and then we'll be 80 and trying to get them. So, it's going on my ring finger, just along the side here. Then I have this one, which is a little kitty face. I love cats, and I don't mind getting some kitschy tattoos. So it's gonna go on this side of my pointer finger, so you can go like that and be a kitty. And I like a lot of little tattoos. But hearts, I want them inside my second toe. So if you're wearing flip-flops, you can see it on the second toe, not your big toe, but the next one out. Index toe, is that a thing? So that's a cute little just tiny thing. I could get most of these in like one sitting because then they wouldn't have to break out more ink. Um, Always Dream, which is in kind of a Harry Potter and Disney theme. I would like to get that on my side. I'm thinking either under my bra line, or I'm thinking because I have other big things, so I'm thinking of getting the big things and then getting that one little small thing just so I know where to place it, either above my pant line on the side kind of by my hip, or under the bra line under the side kind of. So um and that's, I think, it for that. On the back of my neck, I'd like to get this one, obviously a lot smaller, but I saw this, a lot of these are on Pinterest. Maybe I'll change colors, or I have changed colors, but it's just kind of making them a little bit more my own. But some of them you just see you really actually love. This was not a tattoo, I think it was a drawing for a tattoo, so then I don't feel as bad like I copied off somebody's ink skin. And then this side is a chest piece. I'd like the skull to be bigger and the flowers on the sides to be a little smaller, but I was just drawing it, you know, on a whim. So, like I said, not perfect. And it says, did I can't speak Latin, I should say that. I would learn, or do my best to learn how to pronounce the Latin, even though not many people probably would know the correct way to pronounce it. But debitum naturae, debitum naturae means debt to nature, which is like another way of saying death. So you're like, it's got the skull that's made out of flowers, so it's like you die, you go back to nature, which isn't really true because we put ourselves in coffins with like sealants and stuff now. Then for a thigh tattoo, this one, pretty sure was my right leg. It's a dream catcher, and this is something that I've seen on Pinterest a lot. I want to add more roses because it just looks too sparse, especially if you see my other thigh tattoo. It just looks really sparse on here. So I'm thinking of adding some red and white roses because I love roses, and they're going to be covering me too. And I don't have a single rose right now. I don't have a single flower. It's weird. And it says, it does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live, which is a quote from Harry Potter, which is another one of my favorite things. I just like added weird things that really fit me as a person, because I feel like sometimes my tattoos, if you know me, you're not thinking, oh wow, that's like really like you. Then there's this one, which is a sand time turner and a watch and stuff. So it's like a focus on time, and of course it's got the roses, and it says, see your world in a grain of sand. And that's a quote from William Blank, and I remember the first time I heard it was on Tomb Raider. I'm not sure what he means by it in his book, because it's just a small area of his like writings. But I saw it as see your world in a second of your life kind of thing, like a grain of sand being a second. You're going to see your life in that short amount of time and not be looking forward or behind and looking towards the hourglass running out kind of thing. This one, I have mixed feelings. I want the position of the body to be different. I want it to be, because it is to depict, that's supposed to be a boy. That's how bad I draw, because that looks like a girl. I draw feminine, I guess. It's supposed to be Icarus, who is a Greek mythology figure. He was a boy, and his father and him escaped from, his father built the labyrinth for the Centaur, and so his father was a genius, and to escape from captivity, and they were being held by some king, of course, his father makes them these wings made out of wax and feathers, and Icarus is like a young boy, and he, even though his father tells him not to fly too close to the sun, he gets carried away and kind of drunken on flying and flies too high into the sun, and his wings start to melt and he falls into the sea and dies. Happy Greek mythology, not philosophy. I guess that could be life lesson there. So I want this under my chest. So I was inspired by kind of Rihanna's tattoo. I don't love a lot of her tattoos, but I love the one under her chest. And I thought this was a really cool placement, and the way the wings are, I wanted my wings to be similar, and obviously a person attached, but I'm more into Greek mythology. Hers is an Egyptian, and I believe for her grandma. I didn't look into it too much, but I got the gist. But it says dazzled perhaps by the dizzy incandescence. Dizzied perhaps by the dizzy incandescence. And that's a line from a poem. I forget. I didn't write it down on here, but I do have it written, I think, somewhere else. But it's about Icarus. It's like a poem about Icarus and how he's dazzled by the dizzying incandescence. I just love that whole thing. Not that one. And then for my other arm, this one, I already have the wing. I would like, though, to do a black and white theme with blue accents. So here, the inside of my forearm is where I have my wing, and on the outside of my forearm, so right there, I want a blue jay in a little cage with some pretty blue flowers, and the leaves are kind of like a bluish green, and just yeah, it's huge on here, because imagine that going on there. But I want it shrunk down to fit my arm. And then on the inside of my bicep, so here, here's where one's going, here's where the other one's going, which I'm sure is going to hurt because that's a fleshy area. I want a locket. It's kind of like a cameo or chimera. I don't know how to say it correctly, I'm sure. With a locket and key. And I've screwed up, you can tell, but it says, but he who dares not grasp the thorn. And like I said, lots of roses going on. So this is black and white and blues. So it says, but he who dares not grasp the thorn should never crave the rose is finished, and that'll be on my outer bicep. So actually you're going to read the end of it, but then the beginning's going to be on the inside. So, oh well. I like it better that way. And it's a portrait of a girl with like roses in her hair and just I don't know. I like it. I have the picture on my computer, which I kind of did it off of. So I'm going to bring that in too. Everything's going to be like, I'm going to bring this in, and the tattooer is going to think I'm crazy because I'm going to have so many notes on it and pictures, like not just my drawings. But on my feet, one of my feet is going to have that going down it. I'm not huge on feet tattoos just because they hurt. I've seen my friend get one and it looked unbelievably painful. I forgot to say, there was just a plain tiny black feather that I want to get behind my ear, and that's for a couple other friends that live in Wisconsin still. But anyways, that's the feather I want on one of my feet. I might continue the ankle part and have it wrap around my foot. I might just have it alone and the idea behind it. And then on the other foot, I'd like to do a charm bracelet. So it's going to be for every place I visit, and every place I want to visit when I visit them will be added. So I've got a flower for Savannah. I believe I was going for magnolia. I believe. So I haven't been to Savannah yet, but it's like 3 hours away. I will get there. Wisconsin is a block of cheese, because you know me. We are definitely cheesy. Germany will be like a flask of beer or whatever, which is funny because I don't like beer. but I want to go to Germany. Italy would be a glass of wine. Ireland, 4-leaf clover. Greece is going to be like a Greek coin. England is going to be a spilling teacup. Australia, boomerang. Disney World, which I've been to, I want Mickey's cap, or Mickey's cap. Hawaii, I want a hibiscus, I've been there. Disneyland, I want the mouse ears. New Orleans, I haven't been there yet, but I want a fleur-de-lis. Las Vegas, which I have, I want a gambling chip. And then France, which I have not, I want the Eiffel Tower. So that's just an example of some of them, and I figure I'll be happy to leave some spaces here and there and fill them in anywhere I go. And then the very last thing is I wanted to do something with my wing, not just leave it blank like it is. This is like the last main thing, I should say. This is Nike. Actually, Nike is how you pronounce it, but she's the Greek goddess that has the wings. And the first time I did it, she looked too like an angel. So I changed it up so she's more in a battle pose. And she has to be posing in a certain way because my wing obviously can't be changed. That's the white kind of shaded, not quite in area. And this is actually, because I didn't know how to do it in black and white, I basically drew this, took a picture of it in black and white, and then I'm going to just have the pops of blue. So it's going to be black and white with these two little pops of blue. And I like the way of doing that and keeping it with my black and white theme, even though this looks more appropriate with like the style, but it looks really cool in black and white too. And it says, Victoria, Concordia, Crescente e Virtue, and victory through harmony and truth is what that means in Latin. And then all you need is love. That'll go on my hands. So it'll read, all you need, dot, 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 is love, and a little heart, so that when I put them together, you can read it like straight across. All you need is love. So that is something I've wanted to get for quite some time. I love like Lana Del Rey's hand tattoo. And then this one, never was a story of more woe than that of Juliet and her Romeo. And I really like that because I've always loved that saying. Like, that's my favorite part probably of the whole play. I don't know why my throat actually hurts. I haven't been talking that much. That is my favorite line of that whole play, and it's just a really great line, I guess. I don't know. And I want that on my side. So one of my sides, I'm gonna kind of judge it based on my birds and my butterflies, but I haven't quite decided where I'll put it. So, and that'll kind of change. That's the one that'll definitely change my always dreamed one, because I don't want it on the same side. Whether I have it up by my bra line or down by my pant line, I don't want it to be on the same side as this whole thing. And then the very, very last thing is Veritas and Equitas, which if you are a huge Boondock Saints person, you know that's what the brothers have tattooed on their hands, is this saying. Or they each have one, so one has truth and one has justice, and it's Latin. And I would like to get this because my girl will take up mostly this. Okay, see the wing? She's going to be facing this way, so she's taking up a lot of this room. But I'd like her to stop right before my bone so that I can get that written on my bone. And then the bird cage is over here. So, and it's going to hurt because it's right on that bone. But it's a good way of keeping it straight on my arm and like being really visible. Visible is a word, apparently. So anyways, that is all my tattoos and ideas. And the reason I haven't gotten anything lately is just because money-wise, there's other things that when I actually do have some money, I have to take care of, priorities first. But it's definitely something I can't wait to do eventually. I figure I'll be able to save up enough and get some more, and it's just going to be deciding which areas to do first. I kind of want to get all my little ones first just because it's so much easier to go in and be like, look at all the ones I got, and be like showing everybody the different spots instead of like the outline and then you don't have it done. And I don't know. I hate the stage between outline and coloring. I hate the stage until it's done. But I hope you guys enjoyed and didn't mind me rambling on. This is actually shorter than some of my rambles, so I will talk to you all later. Bye!